some questions that I want to pose that help us to reflect on the year that we just had, as well as the year that we're calling in. I've got 4 questions for you, and I'm going to list them here and talk about them a little bit. But if you want the PDF copy of these questions, I've made them into a printable PDF that you can print out and fill in. Then message me on Instagram. Again, I'm going to put the handle below, and just send me a DM that says journal prompts, and I will send that directly to you so you can download and print it if you'd like. The first question is, what did I invest most of my time, my money, and my energy into this year? What did I invest most of my time, my money, and my energy into this year? And was it aligned with what is most important to me? Don't beat yourself up over this if it's a no, right? Putting that out there first and foremost, that won't help you. We're just getting curious, because without awareness, we can't create change. And only we know where we invested some of our most valuable resources, right? Our time, our money, and our energy. And again, when we don't have a clear purpose and a clear path of where we want to go and who we want to be, oftentimes we fall into the things that distract us in our everyday lives, right? We get caught up in work, or we end up saying yes to things that don't really feel like a full yes, that we just feel like guilty for saying no to, so we end up going. But this is where you really get to be honest with yourself and reflect on where have you been placing your energy, your time, and your money. And if it's not really in alignment with who you are becoming, right, with that archetype, that vision of who you are stepping into, then you get to make those changes. You get to ask yourself, okay, what small steps can I take right away to get back into alignment, to align myself with the person that I want to be, right? Perhaps that is, okay, maybe I can, leave my phone on airplane mode for the first 2 hours of my morning so that I can really take time to come into my own energy, to slow down, to reconnect, to meditate, to do my morning routine, whatever it may be that will help set me up for the day ahead. Maybe it's having stronger boundaries with certain people. Maybe it's saying no to some things that, have already kind of lost your interest, but you're still just hanging on because you're afraid not to, or whatever, right? Ask yourself, what are some small steps that I can put into practice right away to help me accelerate the process of who I am becoming, and what I am creating? The next question is, what beliefs, habits, or relationships no longer serve my highest good? This goes hand in hand with the last question, but puts it out a little bit more clearly in the sense of really getting clear on what you are letting go of. What is no longer serving you? And it once did, or else it wouldn't be there, right? But now you are evolving into this next version of yourself. And that version of you is going to require you to let go of some of the things that are no longer in alignment, that are weighing you down, right? Because when we make space, we create space for new things to come in that are more helpful and aligned with who we are becoming. So ask yourself, what beliefs, what habits, or relationships no longer serve your highest good? Keeping your highest good as the version of you that you are stepping into. The second to last question is, what aspects of myself am I ready to fully embrace, love, and honor this year? What aspects of myself am I ready to fully embrace, love, and honor this year? Again, once you have written down kind of who you want to step into, this question becomes a lot easier. What aspects, what characteristics, what qualities does that version of you embody and exude that you are ready to honor in yourself? Because those qualities are already there. That's really the kicker, right? It's like you're not becoming someone you're not. You're just more deeply embodying someone that you already are, but that you haven't practiced being her as much. And so this requires us to claim these characteristics, these aspects of ourselves that have been there because we've tapped into them, but we haven't fully claimed them. The last question for you, which is my favorite one, is If I fully trusted the universe and my own inner wisdom, what would I allow myself to create, explore, or become in the year ahead? If I fully trusted the universe and my own inner wisdom, what would I allow myself to create, explore, or become in the year ahead? Oh, that's a good one. That is a good question that I don't think we sit with enough, right? What is your heart calling you to do? What desires have been on your mind and on your heart that you just haven't prioritized and you haven't had the courage to step into? I'm sure there's things that come up right away, but I also encourage you to sit with this question a little bit longer after this episode and just sit with it. Sit with it in nature, journal about it, meditate about it, and just be honest with yourself. This implies that you wouldn't be afraid of failure or what other people would think. And you trusted that the universe has your back, that the universe wants you to succeed, that life wants you to go after your dreams, and that your desires are placed on your heart for a reason. And if you truly, truly believed that and trusted that, what would you create? What would you explore? What new hobbies would you try? Who would you become? What endeavors would you pursue? I don't think we let ourselves dream enough. We're so concerned with preventing things from going wrong and trying to keep things together in the now and analyzing the past that we rarely let ourselves actually dream and visualize the best case scenario and the highest, most exciting path for us. And yet, this is such an important piece of manifestation. Because if you don't know what it is you desire, how are you going to create it? So, my invitation to you is as you sit with this question and really allow it to come from a deep place of intuition and desire, let yourself feel into it as if it were already happening. If you had created that dream program, if you had quit your job and started that creative pursuit, if you went out to a new place or tried a new yoga class or, contacted a friend that you've been wanting to hang out with, feel into the possibility of what that would bring. How would that make you feel? Knowing that our manifestations are fueled by our feelings and by our desires, let that be the spark that ignites this vision. Feel into the excitement, feel into the freedom, feel into the abundance, feel into the love, feel into the pleasure. All those good feelings that come with this next version of you, with this courage to explore your desires and your curiosities. Let that happen in this now moment to fuel that manifestation into reality.